Former President Donald Trump confirms that he will attend this week's Republican National Convention, which starts tomorrow in Milwaukee. Trump is set to formally accept his party's nomination for president in just 4 days. Now, the RNC is usually an upbeat occasion, but the mood there will certainly be impacted by what happened in Pennsylvania. CBS News political correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns is following the impact of this shooting from Milwaukee. She is on the phone with us now. So, Caitlin, talk to us about the preparations for the convention, how this news was received there in Milwaukee, and what you're seeing.
Hey, Lana, good to be with you. We've been on the ground in Milwaukee since Thursday as the RNC was preparing for this convention. And we have seen the security increase, but that's because they were already preparing for it to increase with the number of people expected to come into the city, in addition to the number of high-profile politicians, officials, of course, including the former president and presumptive Republican nominee. We actually just spoke with the mayor of Milwaukee about how the city is handling all of this in light of the tragic events over the past 24 hours. We know that the mayor told us that the city is secure. He told us that Milwaukee is probably one of the safest places you can be, considering all of the security in place here. Previous to the convention being kicked off and as it was being planned, he had asked for additional resources and funding to secure the city, and he got that. We should also note that when it comes to the security perimeter of the RNC, that is under the jurisdiction of the Secret Service. So they are responsible for that security. But of course, Milwaukee is responsible for all of the areas outside. I should also note that there is a notable dynamic with regards to Milwaukee, Wisconsin law and the security perimeter. In Wisconsin, it's an open carry state, and in the area just outside the perimeter, you are allowed to carry a firearm. And that is the question that we have moving forward, is whether the perimeter will expand beyond its current state. The Secret Service, of course, is in charge of that, and firearms are not allowed in that perimeter. But just outside what is called a yellow zone or a soft zone, just outside that security perimeter is where firearms are, at least currently, allowed. So that's something to keep an eye on coming over the next couple of hours. But of course, the mayor said that they are at the highest level of security. He is encouraging people to still come here, insisting that everyone will be safe, that you can still, visit restaurants, enjoy all the trappings of Milwaukee as one normally would, and so not to be deterred from coming here and enjoying the city. He said that it is as safe as ever.
And Caitlin, President Biden has been briefed. He condemned the attacks publicly. We see on social media the former president saying, quote, "It is more important than ever that we stand united and show our true character as Americans." Prior to this assassination attempt, both of the candidates were really going at each other. How does this change the campaign moving forward for both candidates?
It raises all sorts of questions, Lana, about how you can possibly continue a campaign at the level that we had seen moving forward. We talk about this all the time, and I know you and I have talked about this so much this year as well, just the increase in the amount of heated rhetoric and the ways in which everybody across the country has been commenting on how intense politics has become. And of course, now at the absolute highest level, we have seen this horrific political violence. So we know that Biden has canceled an upcoming campaign event. We know the vice president has canceled an upcoming campaign event scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. We also know that the campaign last evening suspended all political communication. So they were working to pull down advertising and any sort of communication coming from the campaign involving politics. And we know from the Trump campaign that they are continuing to go forward. The former president is still expected to come here. He will accept the Republican nomination. We will learn who he picks as his running mate. And you can see within the Republican Party a real, a rallying around the former president already heading into this convention, but especially now more so. But there is no doubt that this changes our politics and what it means going forward as we just have about 4 months to go until Election Day.
All right. Caitlin Huey-Burns there for us in Milwaukee. Appreciate all of your updates. Thanks, Caitlin.